Hi you guys, I hope you're having a great Monday. All right, today's recipe is fish tacos. Now, I am not a huge fish person and I don't like to really cook it in my house because of the smell, but I do occasionally like a good fish taco if we go to like a Mexican restaurant or something. And it's a super simple meal to throw together if you're working all day. I mean, you could even do the fish the night before and the coleslaw and just throw it together when you get home, or just leave it out for the kids to do it. Super easy, okay? So I have some cod in this bowl here. It was frozen. I didn't get it fresh. It's defrosted, so I have cod in that bowl. I have in here, these are the spices that you are going to marinate the fish in, and I just have to look at my notes for a minute. I want to make sure I'm telling you right. I have 2 teaspoons of chili powder in there. I have a half a teaspoon of ground cumin. I love cumin. I have a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper in there, okay? And then here I have lime juice from 1 lime. So there's lime juice in this bowl from 1 whole lime. And that's all you're gonna need for the fish. So in a bowl, you're gonna pour together your seasonings. This bowl must have been a little bit wet because it's stuck to the bottom a little bit. That's weird. Okay. So just pour your seasonings in there, and you're gonna put your lime juice in the bowl with the seasonings. I love the smell of fresh lime. It's so good. I'm having a little trouble remembering where the camera's at, so if it looks like I'm kind of not looking at the camera, my husband always yells at me because I don't film on with the camera on the side. I always flip with the phone upright, and he's like, you gotta flip with it on the side. So sorry if I'm not looking at it, I get confused. But anyways, you're gonna put all that in there, and you're gonna add your olive oil. You're gonna do 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And if you don't have olive oil, you know, canola oil, regular oil, whatever. I'm gonna put that in here because I'm almost out. Look at that, I have just enough olive oil. We're gonna put that there, and you're gonna whisk it all together. Just whisk that all together until it's nice and mixed up. It smells good. Oh, I can smell that fresh lime. And again, if you didn't have fresh lime, you only had the imitation, I guess you could use that, but any chance you can to use fresh lime or fresh lemon, definitely use it. And so now you're gonna put the fish in here, and you're gonna let it marinate for about 15 minutes. And while it's marinating, you're gonna make the slaw that goes with the fish tacos. 1 second. Sorry about that, I thought my phone was ringing. So anyways, I'm going to put the marinade right over all that fish. And depending on, you know, how big your family is, you're gonna have about 1.5 pounds of cod. I have a little bit closer to 2 pounds, and that's okay. You can make a little extra of the sauce if you need to. Like just double the recipe if you need to. I'm gonna take these tongs. I love these things. I'm just gonna kind of move this fish around in here. I'm gonna try to be gentle with the fish because I don't want to break it up right now. I just want to mix it so all that good marinade gets all over that fish that's in there. There we go. So once you do that and you get it all coated, then you're gonna leave this on the side. Let me lower this so you guys can actually see. Sorry guys. All right, not the greatest videographer yet. I'm working on my skills, so bear with me. I wish Robbie was here, he could film it for me. Okay, so there we go. All the fish is all covered, and I'm gonna just set it on the side, and I'm gonna start working on my coleslaw, okay? So even just set it right on the side and forget about it. All right, so now that that's sitting on the side, you're gonna make your coleslaw to go with these delicious fish tacos. You're gonna need a head of purple cabbage. Sometimes you can get lucky, and at Kroger or Aldi, you can get a prepared salad mix that has purple cabbage and regular cabbage in it, and just buy that and save yourself the time of cutting it up. This was like 49 cents. Here's my purple cabbage. You want about 2 cups of purple cabbage sliced up, all right? And you want 2 tablespoons of cilantro. I might have just a teeny bit more because I love cilantro. And I know that cilantro is one of those things, like either you absolutely love the flavor of it or you hate it. Like my brother Curtis cannot stand the flavor of cilantro. Every time I put it in something, he's like, there's cilantro on this. So he can tell right away. But cilantro, it's super fragrant. It just has this like fresh taste to it, and I love it. So that's gonna go in my coleslaw mixture. I also have some dill here. I got, look at 99 cents for the whole thing. If you're gonna use it the same day and you can find it for cheap, get it. As long as you're gonna use it for the same day. Dill is another amazing flavor and it goes so nicely with fish. So we're gonna use, I'm just gonna use about that, like 2 sprigs. Now, wow, that cilantro got stuck. You guys know me, you know I don't measure like things out too much and I just kind of go for it. So we're gonna add the cilantro and the dill. We're gonna chop those up. And I don't think you guys can even see what I'm doing here. I'm gonna have to fix my camera. I'm horrible. I'm just a horrible videographer person. Let's do that. You don't wanna see my face, you kinda wanna see what I'm doing, right? All right, so cutting up the dill and the cilantro, and just, you know, it doesn't have to be too fine. Just give it a rough chop. How about that? Just a nice little rough chop. Have a fresh lemon. You're gonna want a lemon. I'm only gonna use half of a lemon. And I just chopped up that. And for the record, the stems on the cilantro, a lot of people discard the stems, but the stems actually have a lot of the flavor of the cilantro. So chop them up in there. Make sure you clean your cilantro first and put it in there. The dill, I should have probably rinsed it, but I didn't. So anyway, I think we'll live. Okay, so now I'm gonna put in a tablespoon of honey. And, you know, I don't really need to measure it. I guess I will just for this. Okay, there we go. Everybody's happy I measured now. Tablespoon of honey. And I'm gonna put in some lemon juice. I'm gonna find my little strainer here. These are really good to have because they catch your seeds, and I think I paid like $1 for 3 of them at the dollar store. So I'm just gonna take that and put it over my bowl and just squeeze that half lemon. You can put more lemon if you like really love the flavor, and you could even put lime in there if you wanted. But I'm just squeezing out half of a lemon. And see, it catches all my little seeds, so I can just get rid of the seeds. Okay, and now I am going to put in a 1/4 cup of, I have Miracle Whip handy. It calls for mayonnaise, but if you have Miracle Whip, or, you know, you can just use what you have. And I'm gonna put a 1/4 cup, about a 1/4 cup in. Maybe a little tiny bit more if you want it kind of creamier, right? And you're gonna put in, let me set this on the side over here. You're gonna put in 1 jalapeno. Now, you could totally omit the jalapeno if you don't like things spicy. I happen to like just a little tiny bit of heat, and I just get a jar of jalapenos like this one, and I'll, you know, use that instead of just always worrying about having a fresh jalapeno on hand, because sometimes if I don't use them, they go in the garbage. And this way, I have it and they can stay in the fridge for a while. So I'm just gonna take about, I don't know, 8 little slices of jalapeno, and I'm gonna just chop them up on my cutting board. Just kind of rough chop them like we did the cilantro and the dill. So I'm just chopping those jalapeno up, just a rough chop, and I'm gonna throw it into that coleslaw mixture. Just put it on in there. And like I said, if you don't like the heat, skip it. You don't have to put it. I'm gonna do a tiny bit of kosher salt in there, just a little bit, enough to give it just a little flavor. I'm gonna do some ground pepper, a little bit of ground pepper. All right, and so far this is what it looks like in my bowl. All right, and now I'm gonna add some corn to, I'm gonna add about a cup of corn kernels to the coleslaw mixture. If I can open it because I don't have scissors right here. All right, again, not measuring, just estimating, guesstimating, right? So into the bowl. And the good thing is these were frozen. They've been out for a little bit, but they still have a little bit of crispiness to them from the freezer. And that's gonna get this nice and cold really fast. So that is how it looks right now. And I'm just gonna stir everything up with that mayonnaise. And it smells so good, you guys. Oh man. And it's so pretty, the colors. The colors of this are beautiful. And it's, you know, pretty healthy meal. The only thing you're gonna need tortillas. Where did I put them? Okay. So you're gonna want tortillas, the smaller ones. These are, what are these? Are these, I can't remember what size these are, and it doesn't say. But anyhow, the smaller ones, not the big ones. So you're gonna need 8 of those. Like I said, if you have a bigger family, just double up the recipe, right? And then to top off your tacos once they're done, fresh avocado is so good on these, and some sour cream. I guess you can just really put anything, you know, that you like. But I want to show you this now that it's kind of all mixed up. Oh man, I just think I could eat just this. All right, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's so colorful, you guys, and it smells good. I'm gonna take a little bite. I just want to try it, just like to see how the flavors are mixing together. The dill is really good in this, and the heat from the jalapeno is so good. All right, so that's the coleslaw. You are done with the coleslaw. How easy was that? Tell me you can't throw this together in like 5 minutes for your family, right? So now that the coleslaw is done, I can cover it and put it in the fridge. Mouth is full, sorry. All right, so now that the coleslaw is just on the side over there, you're gonna take some vegetable oil. Believe it or not, I just figured out how to make the camera tilt down. I know. I don't know. I'm really technologically challenged, but I can cook. So just coat a nonstick pan with some vegetable oil, and I would keep it handy because once you do each piece, you might need to add just a little bit more, and just kind of coat that bottom of that pan. I think it's taking me longer to make the video than it would if I just cooked these. So for you to throw this together, literally maybe half an hour. And like I said, if you want to do it beforehand, you could totally do that and have them ready, you know, like that. Okay, so we're gonna heat the pan up, and I just have it over like medium high, all right? And I'm gonna sprinkle on, a little bit of salt and pepper to the fish. Just a little bit. Little tiny shaky shake of it. And a little bit of pepper. I like pepper, you guys. I think it just adds so much flavor. So the oils, you know, looks like it's heating up good. I'm just gonna make sure it's coated in the bottom because you don't want your fish to stick. And make sure your fish has been coated on all the sides with that yummy spice mixture. Make sure it's all coated, maybe give it one last little go around to make sure they're all coated with salt and pepper. So that's kind of how the fish looks before it goes in. And I'm just gonna, let me just give this one more little stir. All right, and I'm gonna put the fish down, and you're gonna cook it about 3 to 5 minutes. Fish cooks really fast, so 3 to 5 minutes on each side, and then you can pull it out and plate it. And you can serve it right away, but like right now, I have about an hour and a half until I go get my daughter, until Robbie gets off of work. So I'm just gonna have them ready, and then I'm just gonna give it a little zap in the microwave to heat them back up, and bam, my dinner is on. Now, you could serve this with like red beans and rice. You could just serve it with Mexican style rice or some black beans pinto beans, refried beans, something like that. My kids love refried beans, so I might do that. You know, and you can get those ready or you can make homemade. And now I'm just gonna give this 3 to 5 minutes. I'm gonna grill them up. I'm gonna pause for a minute. I'll come back and show you how they look when they're cooking. And then we'll make one and see how it tastes. All right, so I cooked the first batch of fish. Has a great smell to it. And I'm gonna take a little bit of paprika and I'm just gonna sprinkle it lightly with some paprika, just to give it a little extra oomph, you know, just a little bit, and nice color too. So just a little bit of paprika, and then you can shred that up and do individual tacos with it. So I'll come back and I'll show you an assembled taco. Okay, so I took one of my tortillas. You could grill your tortillas before or heat them up in the microwave. I just threw it in the microwave for a couple seconds to kind of give it a little bit of warmth. I think maybe later I'll just grill them for everybody, but I just wanted to show you really quick. And I'm gonna put an avocado. I love avocado. So slicing an avocado, if you don't know how, cut it in half with a knife, go all the way around it, and you're gonna have that pit. You're gonna just take your knife, hit it into the seed, and there you go. And you have a nice avocado. And then you can just slice it and do little squares and spoon it out if you want. But always squeeze a fresh lemon on it if you're not going to eat it right away, because it'll turn brown and that lemon will keep it from turning color. All right, so I'm going to squeeze lemon on the rest of that one that I cut because I don't want it to turn brown. Now I'm taking some of my yummy coleslaw mixture, and it goes to the taco. I don't want to do too much. And you could add sour cream, you could add cheese, you can, you know, add lettuce and tomato, whatever you want to do. But I think that it looks pretty delicious just the way it is. Let me take a bite. Very good. I think I'm even going to get a thumbs up from the kiddos on that one. So that's your fish taco right there. Super easy, super delicious, and a quick weeknight recipe. If you have any questions, shoot me a message below. Have a good day. I'm gonna go finish this taco.